Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I will teach you geometric sequence. Of course, there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. Let's say I have a sequence. Let's say 4, 12, 36, and so on. So 4 is term 1, 12 is term 2, 36 is term 3, and so on. So if we use term 2 divided by term 1, that is T2 over T1. So that is term 2 is 12 and term 1 is 4. So 12 over 4. So that will give me 3. But then if we use term 3, so term 3 divided by term 2, so that will give me term 3 is 36 and term 2 is 12. So 36 divided by 12 give me 3. So therefore we know that term 2 over term 1 is the same as term 3 over term 2. So that also give me 3. So therefore 3 is a common ratio. So let me write this down. So the common ratio is R is equal to 3. For a geometric sequence, so we use the next term over the previous term, or divide by the previous term will give us the common ratio, so which is R. So keep that in mind for me. Also for geometric sequence, so let's say term 10 over term 9 is exactly the same as let's say term 4 over term 3, or term 9 over term 8, or exactly the same as term 6 over term 5. So please, so keep this in mind for me. So very important. So take note on this. We're going to use this to do the questions. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through it with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So part A. So first of all, to find common ratio, so we simply use term 2 over term 1. And we know that term 2 is 12 and term 1 is 5. So term 2 is 12 over term 1 is 5. So I just put that on the calculator. So I just go 12 divided by 5, or 12 over 5. So the common ratio is 2.4. So which is R is equal to 2.4. Or you can use term 3 over term 2. So term 3 is 28.8. We divided by term 2, that is 12. So there you go. It's the same. Now part B. So again, the common ratio R is, we can just use, this is term 1, term 2, and term 3. And term 1 is a half, and term 2 is negative a third. So we just go negative a third. Instead of write over a half, I can just write divided by a half. Or times 2 over 1 if you like. So divide by half is just exactly the same as times 2 over 1. Okay. So I can just quickly go negative 1 over 3 times 2 over 1. So we have negative 2 times 1, give me 2. And we have 3 times 1 is 3. So there you go. That is the common ratio. Otherwise, you can just put in a calculator, negative 1 over 3 divided by 1 over 2. And you should get negative 2 and a third. Okay. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you. Now remember, for a geometric sequence, so the common ratio must be the same. So in another word, because we only have 3 terms, so we can use term 2 over term 1 must be exactly the same as term 3 over term 2. Okay, if they are equal, mean they have the same common ratio, which is geometric sequence. If not, it will not be a geometric sequence. Okay, keep that in mind for me. So let me find out term 2 over term 1. So that will give me negative 78 divided by 156. That will give me, so I just go negative 78 divided by 156. So negative 0.5 or a half negative if you like. So negative 0.5. And then term 3 over term 2. Term 3 over term 2. That will give me 39 negative, of course, over 78. So that will give me, so I just go negative 39 divided by 78 or over 78. So there you go. It's equal to negative a half as well. So negative 0.5. So there you go. We have the same common ratio. So therefore, it is a geometric sequence. Let me just write this down. There you go. Part B. So we use term 2 over term 1 because we try to find out the common ratio. Okay, remember that. So that is 5 over 6. We divide by term 1, 4 over 5. So this is exactly the same as 5 over 6 times we flip the second fractions over 4. So that is 25 over 24. So that will give me 1 and 1 over 24. Or you can just put on a calculator. We'll give you the answer. So now we do term 3 over term 2. So that means 6 over 9. We divide by term 2. 5 over 6. So that will give me 6 over 9. We times 6 over 5. So there you go. So now I can just put that in a calculator or I can just work out manually. So that both of them, that give me 2, that give me 3, because I simplify further. That give me, cancel out, that give me 2. So 4 over 5, so that is equal to 4 over 5 or 0.8. Otherwise, you can just put that on a calculator. So you can see the common ratio of these two is different. So therefore, there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me just go through them with you. So for geometric sequence, so we know that term 2 over term 1 is the same as term 3 over term 2, or the same as term 6 over term 5. In this case, we only have 3 terms so far. So we just use term 2 over term 3 and equal to term 3 over term 2. So, or I can just write term 3 over term 2, that is 12. Is exactly the same as term 2, that is 12 over term 1, which is 8. So now what I do, I just solve these equations by time 12 and time 12. So that cancel out. So therefore x is equal to, so I just quickly use calculator. Otherwise, I can just cancel like this. 12 divided by 4, give me 3. This divided by 4, give me 2. And then this cancel with this. So what that give me? 6. So 3 times 6 is 18. So the answer is 18. So there you go. Part B, same rule applies. So we know that term 4 over term 3 is equal to term 2 over term 1. Or term 3 over term 2 is equal to term 2 over term 1. So in this case, we only have 3 terms. So I just quickly use term 2 over term 1 because I want to put y on top. So term 2 over term 1, which is negative 15, will give me, so term 3 over term 2. So term 3 negative 29.4 over term 2, that is y. So now what I do, I cross multiply. So there you go. So y times y is y squared. So that will give me, so now just put on the calculator, negative 29.4 times negative 15. So that is 441. And y is equal to plus or minus square root of that, 441. That will give me, so just go square root of the answer. So the answer is plus or minus 21. Part C. So we know that term 2, which is 30 over term 1, that is P, is equal to term 3, that is 75, over term 2. Term 2 is 30. So there you go. So what I do now is I just do cross multiply, solving these equations. So 30 square, so 30 square is 900. Otherwise, you can just put that on the calculator, okay? And then P times 75 is 75P. Then what I do, I just divide this by 75. I divide this by 75. So that cancel out. So therefore, P is equal to, so just go 900 divided by 75. So there you go. P is 12. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got all of them correct. Bye.